It's story time. All right. So we had that hiatus, a couple weeks, start of the school year. Got to get all our ducks in a row. So we took a quick break from the podcast, and I used some of that time to kind of start getting into some other activities during this like quasi quarantine time, because I'm out of podcasts. I streamed like everything on Netflix pretty much. But one of the things that I streamed on Netflix that I hadn't seen, my wife was really into, was the Kimmy Schmidt movie. Have you watched that? Do you know what I'm talking about, Kimmy Schmidt?
I know who Kimmy Schmidt is. I haven't seen the movie. I've seen the TV show. I think there's a TV show, and I've watched. Yeah, I think I've watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did like the Netflix like choose your own adventure movie. So like the characters have to do different things in the movie.
Like the books when we were kids?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
No, I will confess I didn't really read those as kids, but that's what my wife told me. She's like, yeah, like when we were kids, like we did this sort of stuff. And I was like, we did not do this stuff. I have no idea what you're talking about. And it came up in conversation with one of our friends, and he gave me this book that he had talked about that was like kind of like a choose your own adventure sort of thing. It's called a lose your own adventure novel though. And it's called Who Killed John F. Kennedy?
You're reading a book that's going to give you options as to how to kill the president? What?
Not how to kill him, but like who did it. So it's like
okay.
So you go through and you try to make the decisions, and the decisions you make take you down different conspiratorial wormholes. So you can go down the like Lee Harvey Oswald wormhole, or you can go down like the CIA Cuban assassin wormhole, or you can go down like the Ted Cruz's dad killed him wormhole. Like all those different sort of things. And I got to tell you, I am loving it. It has been a great distractor to the like beginning of the school year and all the craziness. Dare I say, I am having a blast.
Nice. So basically, whatever path you choose, either Lee Harvey Oswald or the CIA or Cuba or whoever else killed Kennedy.
At the end of the book, you're as confused as you were before. Like I'm like, oh, this might be the definitive way of thinking about the Kennedy assassination. And then when you're done, it's like you read the song lyrics to A Murder and Most Foul, Bob Dylan's latest JFK opus song. It's like 18 minutes long. And by the time you're done listening to that song, you're totally confused as well because it's a Bob Dylan song. It's the same thing, but just in book form.
Do they have other books like Who Built the Pyramids or something like that?
They've got to let me see real quick. I know we got to start the show, but this is just great stuff. It's got like a series of other ones, I think, in here. I'm like holding the book up right now to the screen. This is a visual sort of activity during a podcast, I realized. Okay, so there's The Glass Ceiling, Mission to Earth, and You Are a Dumb ... exclamation point.
Nice. I want to get that one.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Historyist, a podcast for students, teachers, and history enthusiasts. It's world history, but told our way. And today we're going to discuss Song China. And China's my wheelhouse. It's my wheelhouse. China. I do love Chinese history.
So why are we talking about choose your own adventure novels? So if we're doing a podcast about China?
Well, when you first brought this book up to me, first of all, I was amazed that they did like choose your own adventure for adults. So that alone. Right. And then I'm like, you know what? I bet we can do that for a podcast. I bet we could do a choose your own adventure. So we're going to try it.
We're doing choose your own adventure Song China edition?
Yes, because of course I wasn't going to let you do a choose your own adventure with like, I don't know, Western Europe, which is not my favorite. It's got to be something I love.
All end the same. You just die when you're 28.
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, before I get started, a huge shout out to our source for today's story, which is Asia for Educators from Columbia University. If you've never used Asia for Educators, you totally should. It is an awesome place for Asian history.
Absolutely. There's some great stuff in there. Great visuals as well. They've uploaded some really crazy cool stuff in there. That's a go-to site for any world history teacher or student for sure.
It's awesome. Okay, so before we begin, because we know this is, part of the audience is AP World students, and we always want you guys to contextualize. So we're going to give a little context too. So nice. By 1200, China has already seen the rise and fall of 6 dynasties, and some pretty big ones like Han China, the Song Dynasty. And when the Song came to power in 1179, they were quite determined not to follow in the the same footsteps as other dynasties. They didn't want to suffer the same fate.
Okay, so they're thinking about that dynastic cycle thing and not repeating the mistakes of the past. Gotcha.
So what they have to do is keep the traditions that do work for China and get rid of the ones that don't.
Ooh.
And so they return to Confucianism, as every single dynasty does, totally legit, using the examination system as the basis for society and government. But they do break what I'd call a contact tradition, because they do open themselves up to more trade, especially sea-based trade with the Indian Ocean trade route. And they do import more foreign products. Maybe they thought, hey, the Tang, even though the Tang was more open to trade, but like the Han Dynasty, relatively ethnocentric and xenophobic, didn't allow those foreign ideas or anything to come in. Maybe the Song thought, hey, if we allow a little bit more to come in, it will prevent us from suffering the same fate as previous dynasties. So that's our starting point.
Okay, so we're starting with stuff, and we've got this ever-changing sort of stuff, and I can already see right now why we're doing choose your own adventure style for this, because as interesting as this is, seems a little dry. So I know you got some good ways to spice it up. How are we gonna add a little bit of spice to this story?
Well, first I want to mention that you just basically stuck a proverbial dagger through my heart when you mentioned the word dry content and China in the same sentence, but I'm going to try to get past that. All right, we're going to start with two major characters today. You can either be Lu or Bon.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell you what either one do. Just pick a character first. Let's go with that.
I'm going to go with Lu first. Lu's the first one on the list. So let's go with Lu. Who's Lu?
All right. So let's take ourselves back to 13th century, 12th century Song of China. There we go.
All right.
So you are Lu, a 15-year-old male born into an aristocratic family. Your dad has... Yeah, see, you got money. Your dad served in the military, was an honored military official. Your family's got some good power and some nice money, but you, Lu, are torn.
Why?
Because you don't know if you should follow in your father's footsteps and be part of the military or forge your own path.
Typical teenage angst. All right.
Yeah,
most people in the world during this time period are being born into horrible situations.
Right.
I have got the golden ticket.
You do.
And I'm deciding whether or not I should throw it away or cash it in.
So
here's what now?
Wait, hold on. Let me tell you your choice before you.
I got some choices. Okay.
So you're either going to choose to follow in your father's footsteps and become part of the military, or you're going to try to forge your own path and try to become a member of the Chinese civil service, the government.
Okay, so I'm aspirational.
You are.
Lu is going, he's going big. He is. All right. You know what? I don't need to follow Dad. I'm going to do my own thing.
All right.
I'm going to take that test. I'm going to do the civil service exam.
All right, here we go then. This is your fate. So you decide that you don't want to follow in your father's footsteps. You love reading and you really want to be part of a government. Like you feel like that's your purpose. So you tell Dad. He's not thrilled, but he gets it. It's still an honorable profession. Go for it. So you're sent to Hanlin Academy, which is one of the premier Confucian academies at the time.
Okay.
And you're sent there for 2 years to study, and study some more. But you love it. You love it.
So this is like a prep school. This is like that like get me ready for the big time.
Yeah.
So I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way. I'm like studying, getting ready to do all this stuff. Okay.
And you love it. You love the studying. You love Confucianism. You're into history. You're into the arts. And you feel like you're among your own people. Like you feel like you really belong.
Made the right choice.
It is super grueling. It is super hard. Like when I say you're studying, you are studying. This isn't like an 8-hour day, people. This is full commitment. And after people 2 years of this,
8 hours a day. There are people out there who do that.
Yes.
Ooh, suckers. I don't know about that.
After 2 years, you are ready to take the exam and you're pumped. Like you have dedicated yourself. You have been like that ultimate student. But then a couple nights before the exam, you hear something very interesting. That the rumor is only 1 out of every 100 people who take this exam pass it.
What? 1 out of 100?
Yep.
Oh, man. If I wasn't so smart, as Lou, I'd be like, so you're saying I've got a chance. But 1 out of 100, I don't know if I like those odds. And I've spent 2 years of my life. I've turned my back. I don't think Dad's going to let me go back into the family business. I already walked away from him. And in China, in traditional Chinese, culture, like there's that whole that filial piety sort of piece. Like,
you better honor your parents.
Broken some norms here a little bit, so I got to pass this test. There's 1 in 100.
Let me give you for students who aren't. Let me try to give a perspective. I think the admission rate to MIT this year, and I've had one student in 19 years of teaching get into MIT, not even waitlisted, but legit just got in right away. I think their admittance rate is somewhere like around 5 or 6%. So this is worse than your chances of getting into MIT.
All right. So.
But you're going to have another choice. You have a choice. You have a choice here.
Okay.
You're a little stressed because you really want to pass this exam.
Absolutely.
Your buddies come up to you the next night
and
say they have a foolproof way to cheat.
Yes.
In order to make sure you pass the exam. What do you do? Do you cheat or not cheat?
Listen, you've made this sound like it's impossible. Like, just for a little more context, I already think I know which way I'm going on this one because there's a lot riding on this decision. But if I was taking like the SAT exam, what score am I looking at needing to nail in order to pass the test and move on to the next step of my career?
Like the traditional SAT. 1600 SAT?
Yeah.
Just to pass the exam?
Well, yeah, just like I'm in a good spot where I'm going to get like a good place in the bureaucracy.
Maybe 1570, 1580.
Nope. Not doing it. We cheating. I'm not happy about the decision. 1570, it's like you got everything right. It's almost a perfect score.
It is.
And that's my 1 in 100. Yep. I got, and if I want to get like a good spot, like a decent spot in the government, I got to get.
You got to score higher than that.
70, 1580.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have studied for 2 years. Like you are dedicated, but you're going to cheat, huh?
I'm already sweating, and this is a hypothetical situation.
All right.
I had less anxiety when I was figuring out who killed Kennedy.
All right. So you're going to cheat. Here we go. You have to pass. About it. You have to pass the exam. It's your entire future. You know that. And so you agree to go with your buddies and get in on this cheating scam. And what you do is you take the gown that you wear and it's not like a dress. It's like a cape with whatever. And you tear off one of the panels. Cause like normally when you have a cloak or a cape, there's like 2 pieces of fabric sewn together. So you take that one side of the fabric off, you write down basically a bunch of information and you sew fake panels onto it. So that information is covered in your gown,
and
right?
I could access it during the test.
Then you could rip it open during the test and it'll be fine. Because officials have basically up until now asked you guys to open up your gowns for like a quick second. They look, you're not cheating, close your gown, go take your test. So you guys think this is going to be foolproof. So here it goes. On the day of the exam, you go up to the proctor. He asks you to open up your gown.
I'm playing
and you do. Yeah, you're playing it so chill right now. And you open your gown and the proctor doesn't say anything and you go to close it. And it looks like you're going to get away with the cheating. But wait.
This is full. What?
The proctor asks you to open your gown again. He has seen a loose thread. He starts pulling on the thread and the panel comes off. And he sees all your cheating in all its glory. You are banished from the city. You don't get any future chance to take the exam. The scandal is published. You return home. You've brought dishonor to your family. Your father refuses to talk to you. And eventually he exiles you from the family home. And you are left to wander the countryside looking for work forever in shame.
That was a stupid plan. Why? Okay. Remember at the top of the episode, we were talking about Kimmy Schmidt. Gotta love Kimmy. She's so cute. She lived in a bunker for a while. In the Choose Your Own Kimmy Schmidt adventure story, when you make the wrong decision, one of the characters comes out, breaks down the fourth wall, and tells you you've made a wrong choice. And then you get to go back in the story. No,
this is not how it works.
I'm playing this card.
Oh my God.
That was a fever dream of cheating. And then I snapped out of it because I was like, no way, Lou. You've practiced too hard on this. You've done 2 years of studying. You know your stuff. You've been enjoying the history. You enjoy the arts. Your dad is proud of you, Lou. Don't cheat. Don't dishonor the family. So instead of cheating, I thought about it. I mulled it over. And then I thought about what could happen. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm better than that. I'm not going to cheat. So I didn't cheat.
So you're going to cheat this whole gaming system by going back and saying you're not cheating.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's what we're.
Is this how you live life, Matt? Is this how it works for you?
It's a do-over. It's a do-over.
Okay. One-time do-over. That is it. That is it. Okay.
One time.
So your friends come to you with this cheating scandal and you think it's too risky. You cannot bring dishonor to the family.
Don't do it,
So you're
guys.
like, no, I'm not going to do it.
I had a dream. It's not going to work out.
So the day of the exam, you and your friends go up to the exam proctors and they ask you to open your gowns, and you open yours and your friends open theirs, and your friends get caught.
See, I told you guys. So stupid. Cheating is dumb.
You are questioned rather vigorously, but you are found to not be guilty. You are allowed to take the exam. Once you've taken the exam, you return home and must wait for the results. And soon after, you find out you passed.
Yes, I passed. Did I pass like 1580 pass?
It wasn't the highest score, but it was good enough to serve in the regional government. So you don't have to serve at a village level. You don't get to quite serve at the national level, but you get to serve regionally.
And I got a chance. Maybe I can worm my way up a little bit more.
You could.
Hey, see, that's what I always say. Cheaters never prosper. I would have never cheated on this test. I am 100% against cheating. Always have been. Always will be, because when you work for stuff and you're successful and you prepare, that's the way to go. It reminds me of the kids that I went to high school with, and they used to try to cheat by writing the answers. Like, this was back in the day before like hydro flasks and stuff, and we used to have those like water bottles that kill all the turtles and stuff. Yeah, so people would like take.
I think those are the straws, by the way.
All plastic is apparently not good. It's not good. So we take they would take the inside of the label. It was white, and they'd write answers and stuff on the label in pen, and then they close it back up. And because it was a water bottle, you could
a clear water bottle.
Yeah, they could see through it, and they thought the teachers would never know, and they could get busted all the time. And it was just like, can't you learn from your mistakes? Just study the material. It's not that hard. But
that could also be a lesson that if you're going to cheat, do it right. I don't know.
No,
don't cheat. Don't cheat. Don't cheat, people. Don't cheat.
I would never cheat. See, Lou and Mr. Boring both would never even think of choosing the cheating option.
Which, of course not, because you totally did and then just went back on your word. Anyway.
Nope. Do over. Never happened.
You are pumped about this as Lou. Your family is so proud. You head off to a regional city and you begin your life as a member of the scholar gentry.
Told you, Dad. I told you I could do it by myself. I don't need your fancy lifestyle of being a military brat. I can do my own thing. Go, Lou. All right. So, but in all seriousness, that exam system was super
tough,
rigorous.
yeah.
But it was part of the way the song really kind of like ratcheted themselves up to another level. It's not a true meritocracy per se, but it's got more of that elemental feel of finding the best people. They'll pass the test because anybody could take that test, right? You didn't have to be
technically, yes, but
yeah. So if you were lower down, like if you're having to work in the rice paddies all day, the likelihood that you can like read all the Confucian texts and everything is pretty low.
Yeah.
But this elevated more able people and made society better on.
You had people who are actually educated in like systems of government or law or whatever else being your government officials. That is certainly better than having no one in government like that.
Or just a bunch of people who got the job because they knew a guy.
Right, because Dad was in the military. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So that's pretty good. Yeah, all right. I think we got time. Do you want to try to do Bond?
I have one
quick?
more. Yeah, we can do one more character. Okay.
All right. Let's do Bond. I want to know Bond's story.
I'm telling you right now, there's no going back. What you pick is what you pick.
What are you talking about? I didn't even go back. That was a fever dream. I thought about it. Check the audio. This has been recorded.
You are Bond. You are a 22-year-old rural farmer. You're married. You have an infant son. So first of all, kudos to you right away. You filled part of your Chinese destiny by having a son.
That's true.
Actually,
That's a hard
we
thing
should
to
be
do.
saying kudos to your wife, not you, but whatever. I'm just kidding. It's all based on you. So
Roll
you
the
live on
dice.
a farm in Northwest China, and that farm has been in your family for centuries.
Okay, that filial piece. Yep.
Right? So we got some old school China going on here. But there is a little bit of a concern.
Okay.
You and your village are under threat from bandit invaders, the Jin.
That's right, because we're out on the periphery. Okay, yeah,
And you're
that's
in the
a
north,
problem.
yeah.
That's definitely a problem.
So you and your village must make the decision to either fight the bandits yourselves or wait for the Song army to come and help.
And you said these bandits are the Jin?
The Jin.
Oh, those guys are pretty badass.
So what do you do, Bon? Do you fight the Jin or do you wait for the Imperial Army? Once again, what you pick is what you get.
No go backs. No go backs. I got it.
They're either going to wait.
My hands.
Yep.
I'm holding my hands up to the camera. No fingers crossed here. This is a tough one because
it is.
If I'm way out there on the periphery, I'm out in Western China.
Northwestern China, which we know is even a bigger concern because most of the northern nomads, those invaders, come from the north, and so you're like right there, yeah.
Right, and these people are the Jin, so they're out there with people like the Mongols.
Exactly,
so they're going to be hard. They're going to be tough as nails, just like the Mongols were. Oh man, I don't know if you wait for the army because the army is obviously the best choice, but they're so far away.
They are because for our AP World History students, most of the big time stuff going on in China is in the east. It's in the eastern part of China. So what are you going to do?
And the Song were very southern oriented as well because that's where all the rice and the grain and everything was. Okay.
Wait or fight.
I'm gonna have to fight. I think that's the best move. Okay. Even though it's probably risky. No go backs. I won't go back.
Yeah, this is it. Okay.
No go backs.
So the Jin and these northern nomads have been a thorn in your side for years now, right? They've always been on the edge. They haven't really directly attacked you, but they're always just there, and it has made your village tense. You guys are tired of worrying about them, so you have decided it's time to fight. You can't wait for the Song military. It's going to take way, way too long for them to get there if the Jin decide to invade, so you're going to be a little preemptive.
Yes, okay, I made a good call.
With the little iron that you do have, because you are pretty rural, so you only have a little iron, you work together with your village men and construct weapons and shields for the makeshift militia.
That's not bad. Ironworking is pretty new to China during this time period. We know that the adoption of iron tools takes place right around the boundary between the Tang and the Song. So we're doing okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you got some iron, okay?
Okay.
You and the village men make fortifications around the village to slow down the Jin. So you've created some nice fortifications. So because the Jin are going to be on horseback, we know that. So you've made some fortifications to make it harder for them to get in. And within days of all of this being complete, the Jin see this as an affront to them and they attack.
Oh no, we made a bad call, didn't we?
You fight bravely.
Are we being killed right now?
But you are no match for the speedy horsemen of the Jin.
Oh, no. We should have waited.
The battle lasts less than a day.
I'm now imagining our iron tools and fortifications, which in my mind initially were like Conan the Barbarian sword, or like the one that like William Wallace has. And now I'm thinking it's like a butter knife. And when you said fortifications, I thought great walls, and now I'm just thinking like mud with sticks sticking out of it. Is that what we did?
Kind of, sort of.
We did.
Man. Because you chose to fight back, your village is burned to the ground, and most of the villagers are killed in battle.
Oh man!
Those that were able to escape head southeast to the safer areas of China, hoping they will make it to nearby cities or villages before the Jin hunt them down and enslave or kill them. You die in battle, by the way. Yeah.
That's horrible. So that's it. That's it for us, right? No do-overs. I'm done. I'm dead.
You are dead.
All right. Hey, so I think that we're about out of time, unfortunately. So you want to go ahead and give them the take them out sort of stuff?
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to us for today. You can follow us on Instagram, Spotify, Anchor.fm for our podcasts. Mr. Breen, I think next time, where are we going? Into the Dar al-Islam? Are we going to the Islamic world?
Yeah, I think we got some good stuff for them. Make sure you guys
Fantastic.
check us out on Instagram and on Spotify. Otherwise, I think we're good.
All right. Thank you for listening to us. Until next time, see you later.
Bye.